Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Musings by Nikki. Like I promised, I'm right back today. I'm having a good crafting day, and so I'm gonna just take it and run with it and get as much done as I can, and I'm gonna bring you along on the journey. So we just, in my previous video, just like an hour ago in real time, but you know, YouTube time, you might be watching this in 3 years, who knows. But we just made that mini book that look at, oh, so cute. So if you didn't see this video and you want to make this, first of all, it's a free printable, and second of all, you should just go to my Facebook page and download it, or go look on my YouTube channel and look for this video, and it would just be the one that was previously posted, and it's super fun. So enough about that. Today we are going to keep working on the Storybook Woods Journal, and I have, as you can see, I have piles of things. I've got crowns, some fairies, a bunch of leaves, I've got mushrooms and butterflies, fussy cuts, piles of those. I've got my scraps, like fabric scraps bin. I've got a bunch of paper scraps that kind of match with it. I've got some of my rip strip stuff. I've got cheesecloth and fabric. I've got some ribbon. I've got some more leaves and things over there, and then I've got my bits and pieces that are, these are actually from the kit, so these I want to try and use in some different ways, just to like make collages and some embellishments to go on the pages that are not like already have like pockets and things on there, because these are going to be some of my journals that are heavily embellished, because that's how I roll and that's how I'm doing these. Not all of them are that way. Well, okay, let's not lie, a lot of them are that way, but anyway. So let's see, I think what we'll do, I wanted to show you, these are, I just posted this video a couple days ago, I think, and these are now in my shop as well. These are called file folders, and there's several different styles. These are the grungy ones because they go really well with this kit and the kind of the look of it. And so I've printed them off. So here is, you get, with the kit you get 4 sizes. So you get a large file folder. That is the size, which you can see I have cut out. Look, there's the tabs on the sides. I've cut out and inked. So there's that, and then there are, let's see, medium-sized ones, which I have cut, and I've left 2 ways. So this one I have cut out the medium ones. So these are the 2 medium ones that you get with the kit. I've cut them out, but before I cut them out, I printed this leaf paper that I have in my digital stash. I printed this on the back, so now they're double-sided, so when they go into a book, and I might, so these I left like this, I might put them, here's one of my signatures for this book. So let's open up this one. I haven't embellished yet. I might put them in a signature like this, embellish them, and then leave them in there like that, just as a little mini thing. But then I've also cut some of them in half. I didn't bother printing on the back, but I've cut them in half, and I think we're going to work on embellishing those, and I will make them into pockets so that you could, you know, put other things in there. Righto, righto. So I've got a couple that are this way. I've got a couple that I have cut in half. We can work on embellishing those. And then these are the small ones. I don't know if we'll get to all of this today. So these are the small ones, and you get 4 of those. So these I printed without stuff on the back, and these I printed with that leaf paper on the back. Make sure I'm in frame. Whoops. Okay, there we go. So these I printed without it. And what I'm thinking about with these is actually, let's see, this way, this way, this way, this way. I'm thinking about making this little accordion thing with pockets, and my idea will make more sense to you if we get to actually doing it. Nope, it'll go like that too. Anyway, so guys, Yeah, like this. And then these would be little pockets, and it would open and close. Oh, anyway, if we get to that, I'll show it to you. And then these are the small, and then these are the minis. So you get 9 of these on a page, and they are so cute. These little mini file folders, right? So I didn't print anything on the back of those. So these I've left like this, and then these these I've cut in half because, oops, scrap paper. I'm thinking about, with these, going on a page like this and creating a bunch of little mini pockets and making little mini tags to go in them, right? Let's see. Wouldn't that be cute? And they'd be little mini pockets. And then you could stick little mini tags in there. I think that'd be adorbs. So I've cut a bunch of them in half because I think I'll be doing that. That's going to be a thing. And so I might be embellishing the fronts of some of those as well. And then these I left not cut in half because who knows. So let's just get started, people. Let's do a few of these. I have been fussy cutting mushrooms. These come from a variety of different places. Some of them are from my digital stash. A lot of them are from Tracy Fox, who is Love Junk Journals. She's got mushroom. I think I have one that I haven't sliced up yet. Oh, here. Perfect. She's got these toadstool fussy cut pages, which I must have cut one out of there. And then she's got these toadstool ephemera. And look at all those. I've been fussy cutting those out, and then these are larger ones, and I've been fussy cutting those. Even the ones that have half, like they're cut off, you can put that on the edge of a page, right here. So anyway, I have been fussy cutting those like a crazy person, even these little teeny tiny ones. And yep, I paid for that for a while. Here, let's just do this. Let's zoom in a little, huh? There we go. So you can actually see what I'm doing. So let's use some of them and some leaves and some butterflies, and let's just design these. So if these are going to become pockets on the page, I want to layer them up with some fun stuff and make some little, oh, here comes my kids like tromping up the steps. Yeah, just want to make some syllable. You know what? This is not a tutorial today. This is a craft along with me. Hang out while I am indecisive. So I'm going for grass. These are supposed to be, this is just a very whimsical take on kind of my Wildwood Wonder kit is really how that came about. The Wildwood Wonder kit, I loved it a lot when I made that one, and so then I decided that I wanted to make another one, but kind of with a storybook. There we go. Kind of like an unaffiliated storybook. No particular storybook. Wasn't trying to get myself in any sort of copyright trouble. Just unaffiliated fairy tales and storybooks general. That's what I'm going for. Whimsical woods. So that's what I'm going for. That's what I went for in the kit. That's what I'm going for in these books. I've been working on, well, for a little while I was having some pain issues. I have fibromyalgia, and I have come to learn that several of you also have it, or you have similar types of issues. So good days and bad days. Let's see, we've got some of these little guys. Cute. And then I've got these little baby mushrooms. So maybe we make a little a little collage in the corner here. I don't need it to be super involved. Oh, maybe we'll put a bigger one behind it. These I just have, I got glue booger. These I just have the little punches that punch these out, so I just punch a bunch of them at a time. And then the art glitter glue works perfectly for this because it's got such a fine tip. I want to make sure I'm staying in focus. I have a tendency to pull my arms in to my body as like a protective self-care measure. Okay, and we'll put this little mushroom guy. Oh, Tracy Fox has her Facebook group. If you're not a part of it, you should go join it because it's a lot of fun. She's got a Facebook group and she runs like monthly challenges in there, and right now this monthly challenge is make it mini. So oh my gosh, I was over there earlier today checking out all of these adorable little mini versions of things that people are making, mini journals and stuff. You guys are adorable. Okay, there's a few more options. I'm just trying to see if I should put a second little mini mushroom in here. This one's teeny tiny. Yeah, I think we'll go with a second one off of there. There we go. So there is one little mini. Oops. That's stuck to my finger. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those sticky finger crafty kind of days because, you know, you're working with lots of little glue. Those are cute. That's a little light though. I'm going to go a little ink around the edge. I'm just using the ink that's on my... I had to re-ink my stamper. I was trying to ink around something earlier today and I realized like how absolutely dry it was. I was getting nowhere quick. We're gonna do that, and we'll put maybe another one in there. So how are you guys doing? Hope you're doing good. We've been busy in our house. It's like, I feel like we have several super busy days, and then all of a sudden, boom, it slows down and we just have a couple of really slow days. And then it gets super busy again, and then nothing. Like there's not a lot of in-between days. But I guess everybody's version of busy is different too, right? My girls do online school, so they get their textbooks and things come shipped to them, whatever they need for the year. And so it's actually kind of exciting because they don't have their schedules yet. But like my daughter, who's a sophomore, for the first time is getting to choose some electives. There we go. There's another one. She's getting to choose, see, those will look cute. A bunch of those on a page. Here, I'm gonna move you guys back a little. Hold on. If I make you seasick, I apologize. We're gonna just, yeah, that's better. That way I can keep my hands in closer. Okay, let's find some more. Oh, I've got some of this, which was like ripped out of a magazine or something. Yeah, I'll do some of that on a couple of them. It looks very forest flory. Anyway, she was able to choose electives for the first time. So she got, like, there was a huge list of them. You guys, I'm just like super impressed. I don't know if I've said this before, but it's probably been a while since we've been out from school for a while. So I'll say it again. I'm super impressed with the online school thing. And at first I was like, how in the world are they going to do things like gym, Phi Ed, you know, how are they going to do Phi Ed online? But it is really, they're really creative and really think outside the box when it comes to how they teach classes like that. And like, obviously you can't have a choir class. That would be kind of difficult, but they have, instead of that, they have like music appreciation, music theory, so you can choose different types of electives. They have a couple languages she could choose from. I think there was like sign language was on there too, so it's pretty awesome. We like it. Now, the 12-year-old Joy will be doing it for the first time this year as well. She saw how much Lizzie liked it last year and requested to be a part of it. I don't know why I keep capping my glue. Habit. I want all my tiny little mushrooms for this. Tiny little, not too tall. You know, if it was a little too tall, I think that might be okay. So the 12-year-old, so she, but they don't have their schedules yet, so the only way that they really kind of know what their possible, like what her possible electives are, is when we started getting books. But she didn't really get hardly any books this year. She just mainly got reading books, so she knows she'll be reading some more Shakespeare. She was not a fan of that last year. I don't know why. I love Shakespeare. You guys like Shakespeare? I feel like it's kind of a love or hate thing because of his, you know, iambic pentameter, but I think I think he's clever and he writes brilliantly. I think that one's good just like that. Obviously, I think the man's a genius. What do you guys think? So she's got that. I don't remember the other ones. The other books were books I hadn't heard of. I've had to help teach kids through Shakespeare for many years now. Now that I'm not teaching anymore actually in a classroom, I will be helping my daughters through Shakespeare. And Joy, the 7th grader, has The Hobbit, and there were several, but a couple of them, the highlights. The Hobbit, she was excited about that. She hasn't read it. And then Homer's Odyssey. And she was like, what in the heck is this? So that'll be interesting to go through that. Alright. So there we go. Look at that, just like that. This is why I have everything spread out all over my desk, because I like to just have everything at my reach right around me. If I'm doing this or making clusters or whatever, I like to grab all the things out that I can think of. Of course, I always end up reaching and running for things, but so there we go. There are 4 of those cutesy little guys, and those will make really cute pockets on a page, right? I think that's exciting. I'm excited for that, to look at that. So let's, you know what, let's put those away for now, and let's do a little bit bigger ones. These are some of the single ones that I printed and cut it like that. Excuse me. So I'm thinking that these will be more, this is masking paper. And I'm gonna just use the pocket kind of itself as a base for some collage maybe. And well, what else have I got? I've got a couple of like shiny papers too. Strip the edges off those. Let's see, I might rip both edges on that one. These are all just out of my scrap bin, which has grown prolific. I'll put some of that on there. And we'll put, I've got some Gale trims over there. I've got some of my Sari silks. Some of this I might get layered up like this and then go put a stitch through it. This I want to ink because it's way too white, and this is a grungy book. I've got some envelopes. I think this will be an upcoming video. I've got some tea-stained envelopes pulled out that I want to go full-on Artie Mays and get my hands all dirty and ink them up and stamp them up. And this stuff, I love it, but it is kind of difficult to hit the edges of it with ink. It takes the ink nicely. It's just hard to. Okay. So I'm gonna glue. Jeez. I got glue everywhere already, guys. I'm gonna glue this down. I should have my glue stick out for this. Where's my glue stick? Let's grab it. Hey. TD. Ooh, this is a almost brand new one. Fancy. Oh, I like that side better. I inked this side, but look at there's grungy on that side, so we're going for grungy. We'll put it down on that end so it sticks out a bit. And then we'll put some of this. And like I said, I might just run a stitch through all of this. We'll see. Do I want this on there? Oofda. Yeah, but maybe not all of it, so I'm gonna trim it down. Like that. Just gonna put a little glue down to hold it on there for now. Spinning. Okay, now I have the base done there. And I think let's look for, so I've got these, I've got some crowns. That's kind of big for this. Let's look at, let's address the mushrooms. Should we see? I'll put some mushrooms on here because everything is better with mushrooms, especially lately. If you craft on any sort of regular basis, you know that right now, like, mushrooms are the hot thing. Let me throw it. Oh, you know what? I've got moss too. Should we throw a little moss down? Yep. Actually, let me just throw a stitch through that really quick. Excuse me, guys. Ta-da! There we go. I just threw a stitch across there. It'll hold that sari silk down enough. Whew, got a throat tickle. Hold on. Okay. So if we put my ink just around the edges, I should do that as I fussy cut, but I don't. So moss require a lot of glue here. So this is my trick for this. Since I don't want to like put my fingers down on it, I just do this and press it in with my bottom of my glue bottle. There we go. Mossiness. And then this mushroom. So what are you guys working on right now? There we go. Anybody working on crafting for fall? This book actually kind of reminds me of fall. So there we go. Look at that cute little, I love the 3D that gives it too. Let's put a little butterfly up in the corner as well. Oh, I have a couple of butterflies that I have already put glossy accents on. And before I did that, it's so hard to pick up on camera. I wish you could see. But before I did that, I went on with my glitter pen and just drew, oh, you can kind of see there, just around the edges. It picks up really nice when you put the glossy accents then on top of that glitter pen. It really brings the little sparkles to life. It's super cute. So, but that might be a little big for what I'm going for right now. I was gonna go for a smaller one. Let's look in the butterfly pile. Like that. After doing all this fussy cutting, you guys, we went to, you know how I told you that I'm always telling my girls like we'll be at Hobby Lobby or Joann or whatever, and I'll go, okay guys, that's what mom wants for her next birthday. Or so my birthday's coming up, it's in October. So now that's really the next holiday, except for Labor Day. So sometimes I'll be like, guys, this is what mom wants for Labor Day. And they'll be like, Mom, nobody even gives gifts for Labor Day. You know what? Before I put that on, I want to put cheesecloth. But you know, I feel like we're moms. We should get presents for everything. We should get presents for waking up and showing up and cooking dinner over and over again, right? Can I get a witness? For keeping them alive for so many years. So yep, I should get a Labor Day. Whoa, how much more should we get Labor Day presents as moms? Right? Think of the labor we do. First the labor to bring them into the world. Okay. So I'm not gluing all the way, you saw I'm not gluing all the way to the edges because I'm gonna fluff its little wings up just slightly, which is funny that I do that because, you know, the minute it goes in a book, whoosh, it'll get flat, but it doesn't matter. It's a little bit textural. So there we go. There is one pocket. So that'll look really cute glued in as a pocket. And then we can put more things behind it. Now, you could stack multiple pockets like this. You could do it like this, right? Multiple pockets. Whoops, let's do another color. On top of each other, like that. And then you'd have multiple pockets out of the same kit. That would be cute too. But if you wanted the tabs on different sides, you just have to print on both sides. And then you could have tabs on different sides and have multiple pockets like that. Fun. So, okay, I'm going to set that one aside. Then let's work on one of these darker green ones here. And let's go with, I've got some of this bright red. I'm trying to use kind of some bright red accents in this book, so let's do that. I've got some Gail Agostinelli trim. Get some more of this. Oh, I've got some of these stickers. Let's put this in the corner. Let's ink the edges of it quick. All right. Now, of course, I have to get the edge. Come on. That went way faster than normal. You guys are good luck. Normally I would be struggling with that for a good long time. Okay, so there's that, and I believe that the Gale trim is on sticker paper. So I'm gonna, yep, this one is, so I'm gonna just kind of rip along the top. Let's see. Oh, this one's nice. When I print on sticker paper, it has those nice little lines in there. Look at that. So far, we're making quick work of this. Oh, should have inked. Oh well. Stickers are awesome. We'll put some of that, and I'll just ink on. That works. Oh, this one's got more of that cool grunginess. Get some of that down. Put a hint of that down, and then maybe we'll put some, let's see, this is already pretty blingy. So, oh here, I've got a little bit of this trim, the leaf trim. I'm using a lot of this in this book. Okay, we'll do that, and then I'll go zip along with my sewing machine. If you guys haven't seen, there have been a couple of wonderful women, okay, doing like guest design team projects for me recently. Okay, I'm gonna go zip along that with the sewing machine over here. Okay. So there have been a couple of wonderful women that have done guest design team projects with some of my kits, and it amazes me what you guys do with my kits. I love it, love it. I love seeing it. I think that's probably, I know I've said this before, I think that's probably one of the main reasons I design kits, is because I love seeing what other people do with them. It's like such a collaborative effort between the lot of us. I maybe want a cluster of mushrooms on this one. Can we get a cluster? Whoops. Cluster of mushrooms. I kind of like that. I like the red with it. And then I think I've got a little red butterfly guy for the corner with, of course, cheesecloth. And I'll put some moss on there. Okay, you know what, I'm gonna just hit the edges of this too. Oh, so anyway, I didn't ever finish telling you what I wanted for Labor Day or Mother's Day, or that's Mother's Day. That's long gone. That doesn't come up for a while now. My birthday. So I've decided that I really, really want a fussy cutter machine. I want a Cricut because, man, I think that would save my arms and wrists save them some heck. Okay, we're gonna put some moss down here in the corner. I see a few of you guys that have different fussy cutter tools, and then, you know, somebody will post like, oh, I did this huge pile with my Cricut this morning and it took half an hour, and you'll have a pile of it, and I'm like, I need that. My arm, I'm over here, my arm is burning. Then I pay for it for days. So, girls, if you're watching this, remember, Mommy wants a Cricut for whatever holiday is next. I'm going to put a little extra on this because I want it to adhere to the moss. The other thing that I use sometimes is my little, what do you call this thing? I was just going to call it a pokey tool, dotting tool. I think that's what it's called. Pokey tool, dotting tool. It's all the same. You guys know what I'm talking about. But this works well too when you're doing collage with like little tiny things to hold things down. Okay. Now, I just kind of, when I do this, I just kind of fold in the wings and leave the middle part of the body. So it's kind of hinged. And then that's the little part that I glue. But first, where's that piece of, I have this tendency to lay little scraps of cheesecloth on top of my larger piece of cheesecloth, and then I can't ever find them again. Confound my own self while I'm crafting. Okay. There we go. Another little cutie pocket. Okay. So now we've got two finished pockets for the book. Let's see, how are we? Oh, we're only at 38 minutes, guys. We got ages. Oh, and I still haven't used any of the thing that I was mainly trying to do, which is use my bits and pieces from my kit. So let's make a few clusters because we need to use up some of that stuff. So let's see. Now these are just, I'm just going for a cluster down in the corners. So I'm going to rip up some book page because I like to use that as the bases of my clusters, especially since this is, you know, called Storybook Woods. So I'm going to give those little inking. This, I'm using gathered twigs Distress Oxide. It's very similar to Vintage Photo. Honestly don't know what the hugest difference is. Alright, and if you haven't watched the other videos in this series, This is a super rustic, grungy book, so I'm not doing careful inking, I'm doing crazy inking, which is kind of fun. Get your crazy on. Okay. And then these are just some extra pieces. So this, we're gonna use this word, fairy tale. We're gonna use word fairy tale in this one. That. We'll put that underneath that. It needs, this is an offcut of some wide ribbon. It needs one more tall thing there. Let's see. A scrappy scrap of paper. There. Yep, that just needs to get inked. So, I know there are tons of videos on making clusters, and most of the time people say, just don't even think about it, don't think too much, just do. And that is easier said than done. I am going to run a stitch through the middle of this. So I find, guys, that if I find a layout like this, then I just have to commit, and I just have to do it and sew it down so it's done, and I can't waffle. Okay, cheesecloth. So these will go down on like the corners and edges of pages. Cheesecloth and a leaf. Yep. And since I'm making 3 books kind of at the same time here, I will be making a ton of these clusters. I find that once I get going on them, then I just get in a flow. Okay. My fingers are kind of full of ink and glue at the moment. I think I'm gonna grab a... So there we go. So I'm gonna make a whole bunch more of these little clusters, right, for the bottoms of pages. You guys know what clusters are. Let's make one more here. I've got this fancy gold, and let's see, we've got Once Upon a Time, and we could go with a skinny mushroom up the side of that, but we need some stuff underneath it. Some more of this. So when you guys make books, do you make multiples at a time, or do you tend to do one at a time? I used to do one at a time, but then, and still times I do, so still at times there's just one. I don't always make like a series of journals, but then sometimes I have ideas in my head of how I want to make multiple types of the same book. So like single signatures and then multiple signatures. It's I find it's kind of fun to do. I want one more thing under there. What do I want under there? Maybe some of this. This stuff is so handy for this kind of thing. The masking paper. It's such a good like background thing. Yep, okay, I'm gonna run a stitch through the middle of that. Okay. Oops, I got all twisted around. Oh, did you hear that? I don't know. You probably can't hear it. The girls are out in the pool screaming. Cheesecloth behind that. I don't know how many. Sometimes we have really hot Septembers here in Minnesota, and September is great for the pool still. And then sometimes it's like we just got to shut it down at a certain point because it's too cold. Okay, we're gonna put that down. Once upon a time. Trying not to touch it with my fingertips because they're all gluey and stained up with ink. Okay. Now let's put this little mushroom guy over on the side. Okay. Boop. All right, I'm satisfied with that. I like it. All right, so there's that one. Cute. All right, guys, so I think we're gonna call it a day on this video. I'm gonna go on and work on a bunch more of these, but I feel like we got some things done. So I'm going to go on and make a whole bunch more of this. I'll probably finish up a couple more of these pockets as well. And then I will come back in the next day or two here, and we will get super, I think my fingers are messy now, we'll get super messy and make some envelopes. And do you guys say envelope or envelope? I know. It probably totally depends on where you're from, whether you say envelope or envelope. Anyway, tomato, tomato, right? You guys want to watch me pick glue off my fingers? Probably not, so I'll let you go. Anyway, thanks for coming and hanging out with me today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, middle of the night, whatever time it is that you're watching this. If it's the middle of the night and you're an insomniac, I'm so sorry. I hope you get back to sleep soon. And I will see you guys again very soon. Until then, take care and God bless. Bye-bye.